Welcome back to Barb's Crochet Den. So today I wanted to give an update because I'm done. Done. Well, with the crochet part of my great grandadsyo blanket. Oops. From Betty McKnit. So this blanket, I'll put pictures on it of how big it actually is. I had yesterday off and I have today off. And all I'm doing now is weaving in the ends. Let's see if I can find them. Oh, here they are. I only have a couple ends left on this blanket to weave in. I've got 2, 4, 6, I believe it's 8. There should be 8 ends left to weave in on this. And they're all right here. So with this blanket, where'd I put it? I had 11 skeins of this Red Heart Super Saver Stripes in the color Latte. And this one is, how many yards is this? Let's see. 236 yards each skein. So I had 11 of those. And these are all going to go in my little baggie over there. I had 11 skeins left of it. And this is what I have left. Now, this looks like a lot, but I don't think it would have gone around one more time for single crochets. So what I did was I got to the single crochet. Okay, so on the repeat, it's the 2 grannies, a single crochet, 2 double crochet, and a single. I did the single, and I said, I'm not sure that is going to get me around one more time. So that's how I left it with the single crochet. And with this, it started to like repeat the color up here, like on certain spots. So I figured, okay, that looks kind of, could be kind of like a border. I think each skein was going around 3.5 times. Maybe it's 2.5 times. But I got to this, and that, this is not enough for another repeat. And I'm not going out and buying more yarn. I already did that with the Karen anniversary cakes. So the point is to use up what I have. And this could be used on another project, but it would not finish another repeat on this one. So I'm now weaving in the ends on this project. And I lost the ends again. Oh, you know why? Because they are on this side, not that side. Okay, so with that being done, I had yesterday off, so I wanted to finish getting all the ends woven in on this. And I didn't get to do that. I had other things to do. But I did weave in quite a few of them yesterday. Then again, I'm like, oh, it's not that many ends. I can get them weaved in no time. Not really counting for how long it actually takes me. Oh, and I'm so sorry. It's kind of a cloudy day. It's kind of dark. So, yes, I'm back down on my couch because, to be fair, I was just too lazy to put up my screen and all that today. So, I'm on my couch again with this because, well, this is where this blanket is, and usually all my crochet stuff that I'm working on right now. So I'm going to weave in the ends on this, start working on the monster blanket for my husband, because since I had to frog all that, yeah, I got behind. And you know what? It'll get done when it gets done. And I'm hoping, yes, I can finish it by March. I know it's a long time away. I have to do at least 3 to 4 rows a day to get it done by the time I wanted to get it done, is what I calculated. But I was trying to go fast and see how much I could get done in 2 days, to the point where I messed up quite a bit. So I'm not going to do that again. I'm just going to go for, okay, I'm just getting it done right, because I really don't want to have to frog it again, because that is no fun. It is actually a pain. The yarn twists and it doesn't end well for me. So I've been dreading having to restitch those rows that I frogged. I haven't done anything else on it, actually, because of that. Well, I got to get it done. So means I have to pick it back up and crochet it. I did switch my hook on it, though. I did, because I am using my original go-to Amazon hook for it. The furls are great. I like the furls. I just needed to give my pinky and my ring finger a rest because they were hurting so bad. And I come to find out it is actually the hook, the way the handle is on the hook. And my wrist was hurting because the weight of the hook. Two things I had not even thought to consider. So now I know, and the more you know, right? If you know, well, you know. So anyway, I have this done. I'm going to put the pictures of it in, and it's going to make a great little couch blanket. It's not a bed blanket, and I didn't think it would be because I didn't have that much yarn. I only had the 11 skeins that are 236 yards, so I figured it would just be kind of a couch lap blanket or across the shoulders if you're cold type of thing. I didn't expect it to be, bed sized or anything. However, the person this is going to said that they like earth tones, okay, which is why I thought of them with this one. I love the latte yarn, but ever since they told me they like earth tones, this kind of was like them kind of a thing. And then they just had their 10-year anniversary. So I'm hoping I can get it washed and dried today, and then maybe I can take it to work and give it to him tomorrow. But here's the thing. Another coworker asked if they could be there when I give it to this person because they really want to see it in person. They like my crochet stuff. It's the one I made the other, the green, yellow, and white blanket for. They like my crochet. I also made them the blue German shells blanket. They like my crochet. And so I said, okay, well, I will give it to this other coworker when they're there so they can see this in person. But I also told him, well, if you're not there or when I give it to him, because I don't know anyone's schedules other than my own. So I was like, well, if you're there, or if you're not there when I give it to him in person, I will send you the pictures I take, because I take pictures of every single project before I give it to anyone, and I have my own file of everything I've crocheted. I have a USB drive with everything I've crocheted on it. Kind of, keeping pictures of everything that I have crocheted. And, okay, there's a couple things I forgot to take pictures of, but generally, I have pictures of everything I've crocheted on this USB drive. And, the funny thing is, the other day I came across that Victoria virus, the German shells blanket that I made. And I didn't even realize, for some reason, I didn't realize I was in my pictures. I mean, this was how tired I was. I didn't realize I was in my pictures. I thought I was in some other app or something. And I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so pretty. I wonder who made. And I stopped because I was like, I made that. Like, hello, McFly, you made that. So I was just like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm a little tired. I think I just need, to go to bed at this point. I don't think coffee would do it for me. So anyway, got that, tank. Yeah, got that done. So let's see. Oh my goodness. This thing is so big, finding all the ends. 2, 4, 6. Oh, you know what? I think I already did that other one that was over here. I try and go from one end to the other on this blanket, finding the ends to weave in. Okay, so I only have 6 more ends to weave in. So yeah, I will definitely get this done. And the ends weaved in, blanket washed. I always wash them. And okay, so I am allergic to Gain. I can't use Gain in anything, and all the scented the bead things and all that. I can't use them. I am allergic to them. So I use all free and clear on my laundry. And because I don't know what anyone else is allergic to, or if they're allergic to anything, I just wash everything in all free and clear. I have Tide, but that's for other people's clothes in the house, not mine. And I have, what else? Someone else uses the baking soda one. Oh, it's the purple. It's this odor blaster, I think is what it is called. So yeah, there's that. Me, I have to use all free and clear. And my kids, when they were younger, had to use the same thing because they had kind of had the same thing. They'd break out. Not anymore, apparently. Not anymore. Okay, so main project after this, I'm going to just go one row at a time, try and be meticulous so my graph blanket comes out correctly so I don't have to frog again. Lesson learned. Okay, every project like that, while hanging, whatever that I do, I know I'm going to have to frog at least a little bit of it. I just go into projects knowing I'm probably going to have to frog something. It's part of the process sometimes. So I knew I was going to have to frog part of this blanket. However, it just irked me that I had to frog part of this blanket because it is so long. It takes so long to do each row. And then I have so many rows to do that it just irked me. I just got mad at it, frogged it, and just set it aside and went, I am not messing with that anymore right now. It is just not happening. So I had a little bit of this left to do. I was counting down. Okay, I have 3 skeins left. I have 2.5 skeins left. So I was kind of counting down this yarn for this blanket. And I was working this week like 40 hours. So I'd only get a couple rows around, or maybe 1 row around this blanket before I'd have to go to work. So it got done pretty quick, actually, considering that fact. I didn't expect it to get done that quick. It's like I turn around and all of a sudden they're like, oh, I am done. But the skeins of yarn were not that big. So it's not like I had a mega ball of yarn. To be fair, I like the mega balls of yarn. I like the 1 pound of yarn. It is a lot of yarn for, it lasts a while. So this one wasn't like that. I was going to make a cardigan out of this, and I would have had enough to make a cardigan. I didn't know if I would or not. But ever since my coworker told me that they like the earth tones and they had their 10-year anniversary, this one just screamed, hey, you know what? There we go. Sorry. I feel like I'm drooling and I don't know why, so pardon me for a minute. Then the funniest thing of all with this thing is this is the Betty McNitt Grandadsyo blanket. And I like Betty McNitt's patterns and everything. But I tried other patterns on this with this yarn. This isn't about the pattern. This is about the yarn. So I tried other patterns with this yarn, and it just would not cooperate. I could not get it to do what I wanted. Oh, and sorry about the background noise. That's my washer. I could not get it to do what I wanted. So I had set it aside, and I was looking for something for the Karen anniversary cakes from my kids. And as I'm looking for patterns, I see a picture of Karen anniversary cake in this beautiful blanket. And I had thought, okay, well, before I open my anniversary cakes and try this, just because I didn't want to be like, I don't like it, and then have to frog and frog and frog again, I was like, let me try that with some other yarn. And I happen to have this yarn sitting there. So I tried it. It worked up wonderfully. I guess that's what this yarn wanted to do. I guess it just wanted it because this didn't fight with me. It looks good. I mean, it was just like perfect for this yarn. So I asked my kid, I showed him the pattern. I was like, so what do you think of this one? And they were like, well, that looks good. And I asked him, okay, so do you want blanket with or without holes? Without holes. So guess what? This one is all on its own. The Grandadsyo Latte Lap Blanket. Yeah. So I am now looking for other patterns for the Karen anniversary cake yarns. For my kids, I have to make 2 of them, and I don't want them to be the same. I want them to be different patterns. So I have 3 cakes of yarn for each of them. So I need to make 2 blankets, 3 cakes, 3 Karen anniversary cakes. One is the gingerbread forest, one is the Jules and Jolly are the colors. 3 cakes each. But I need to figure out what blanket pattern to make with them. And I was thinking, one of them I could make the waffle stitch blanket, but I don't know how much yarn that would eat and if it would come out to be like a bed-sized, twin bed size. I don't want to make California king size and then have it short again. I did that with one blanket, tried to make it California king size, and it turned up a bit too short. The width was great. Although I guess you could turn it on a side, but it's the lark's foot pattern, so it might not work. Sorry. I had to make sure that was my microphone still working because I did not charge it. Okay. So I have 4 more of these. Yeah. Okay. Got 4 more ends to weave in. Then I'm done with this. However, before I do that and lose my needle, I had also pulled out this yarn. It is, what is that? I love this yarn. Super soft, super saving. I thought I love this yarn was from Red Heart, but I don't see the word Red Heart on it. The color is cinnamon cedar, and I pulled it out. I bought it specifically to make a cardigan, and I pulled it out. And yesterday, I've had it pulled out since I pulled this color out. It's a backup project, kind of like the one I have in the car for the star blanket. This is like, okay, I pull out 2 or 3 yarns, like this one and like this one and this one. Start this project. This is for after, kind of a thing. And I found, what is it called? The autumn wheat cardigan. I couldn't remember the cardigan I was originally going to make, but I found the autumn wheat cardigan, and I did start it. This is what I have so far. And I think it looks good. I like the way it's looking. I've already had to adjust the pattern. So I'm debating if I want to continue because I've already had to adjust the pattern. But I go like this. It has a little bit of a gap. Oh, okay, that's not even. Okay, so it has a little bit of a gap right there. It will stretch, but I mean, it's gonna be a little tighter to the skin. It's not gonna be totally loose, which is fine on the arms. I mean, maybe I should make it a little bit looser. Maybe I should add some more increases, but I've already had to adjust it a little bit, so you know, there's that. But I do like the way this yarn is working up. So even if I just do like a regular double crochet cardigan or half double crochet, something like that, my washer's done. I will be using that yarn for my cardigan, no matter what, because that is some nice yarn. And that's exactly what I bought it for. And I can't remember if I got 4 or 6 skeins. They're all over there in my backpack. Project bag. One of them. It's a backpack that my husband gave me. He used to use it for work. And he gave it to me. And I use it for my crochet projects. It holds a lot of yarn, actually. And I'm talking a lot of yarn. Because I have the skeins for that in it. And I also have the skeins for my green apple star blanket that I'm making that's in the car. Actually, I forgot to pull that out of the car because I need to see if it's laying flat. But it's in the car so I can work on it when I pick the kid up from school. So that's why it's in the car originally. But I need to pull it out, see if it's laying flat. Because if it's not laying flat, I just need to frog it and start over, which is fine. Does not bother me. And I think I'm using 5.5 millimeter hook for that one. It's just going to be a computer blanket. Lap blanket. So when you're sitting at the computer or you're sitting in a gaming chair or something, I don't have a gaming chair, but if I was sitting in a gaming chair, it would cover the lap, the legs. So that's what that one's for. I know, I already have one. My red, white, and blue Supernova. This one's just regular star. I think it's a regular 8. No, it might be a 7-pointed star. Regular 7-pointed star blanket, and it's just nothing too. It actually it's not even fancy or anything. It's just 8-pointed star blanket, and sorry, I'm trying to get that to work for me. There we go. So I just have to get that and make sure it's laying flat, and then I can put it back in the car, continue it whenever I pick up the kid from school. And that one doesn't have a date to be done because it's mine, And then I do have a, what's it called? I did get some different, it's purple yarn, but it's different shades. So there's like 3 shades of purple yarn I got. I think I also got a light pink yarn. I was going to make a cardigan with. I was thinking a hexagon cardigan. However, right now I'm thinking maybe I should just make it into a different cardigan. Not a hexagon cardigan, just a different cardigan with stripes, or I saw this butterfly one online. that I think I might want to make. It's called the Monarch, I think. I've only seen it a couple times. I don't remember the name of it. I might have to look it up to find out what it is. It was quite lovely, actually. So, and yes, I am babbling because I just have these few ends to weave in, and I really, really, really want to finish this because, well, it's almost done. And then I really want to give it to the person it's for. And I really just want to start working on that moose one and get it just corrected because that's the one I want to work on now. The rest are just kind of there. And yeah, the reason I work on the other ones is because if I start working on a row on the moose graph blanket, I don't want to stop mid-row. I want to end at the end of the row because that blanket is so detailed. I thought wall hangings could get complicated. Why did I do this to myself? This graph blanket is so much more. It's just more. More work, more headache, more tangle of yarn. Why did I do that to myself? Because I thought it was going to be cool. It's going to be. It's going to be. It's going to be fun. It's going to be cool. It's going to look awesome. If I can ever get to row, like past row 42. Yeah, I had to frog all the way back to 42. I was not happy. And I had been doing it while making a video. And I was almost done with the video and I got to looking at it and I went, this does not look right at all. Guess what? It wasn't right at all. It was not. So yeah, I did frog it. At the end of the video, I was like, I think I have to frog this now. And I did. I frogged and frogged all the way back to 42. Yeah, fun. Normally, if I have to frog a project, normally I will grudgingly do it knowing that I must. However, this project, I just about cried when I had to frog it because that was so much work because I was so happy I was getting progress done on it and then I had to frog it. Oh my goodness gravy. It was not a fun realization. But alas, here we are. Done with one. Well, okay, I have literally one more end weave in. And then I'm done with this one. And then having to frog the other. Well then, yes. But it's okay. We will get them done. I am determined to get that one done. So, in the bin we go, delving down the rabbit hole. And I think instead of just putting on crochet YouTube stuff, when I'm done with this, I'm going to, when I'm done with this, I gotta like switch laundry, do some dishes, but then I will tackle that blanket, get as much done as I can today. It's still pretty early in the morning. I think it's like, what, 9 o'clock? Oh, 9:20. So yeah, it's still really early, and I wanted to get this video done and get this blanket done. I mean, I wanted this one done yesterday, but we don't always get what we want. We do not always get what we want. However, it's okay. It's okay because I'm going to get this one done. I have a blanket in the wash. And guess what? After I weave in this next end, I'm switching the laundry. And this baby is going in the washing machine. On extra delicate, of course. Okay, I don't have extra delicate on my washer, but this is going to go on delicates. And it's going to go on cold water. And then when I dry it, I lay it out to dry. I air dry it. Although yesterday would have been a better day to do that because today it's kind of cold. I want to make sure that it's dry before I give it to the person I'm giving it to, because I really don't want to be like, here, have a wet blanket. Oh, that part looks really cool. With the light and then the stripes and I swear this part here where it's light and then dark, that reminds me of a cookie. That reminds me of cookie, and this other like brown and all that reminds me of coffee. I swear it's cookies and coffee. This blanket is about nothing but cookies and coffee, which, to be fair, I don't mind. Also, again, not for me. So, although I do have to go to the store later today, so I wonder if it will be dry by that time and if the two people are working today. Because if they are, I could just take it in and drop it off and off we go. I kind of like doing that, just dropping things off. I mean, like disappearing. I mean, of course, the only problem is like they'll know this is for me because, well, I crochet. They know I crochet. And as far as I know, nobody else does crochet. So they will know it's from me. They'll know. So even if I sneak it in there and everything, they'll know. It's totally obvious. But that's not the point. I want to just kind of be like, here you go, leave, and that's that. That's it. You know, that's the point. Okay, last end right here. I'm going to double check when I'm done. Make sure I have no ends on the loose. Now, I do what I call the knot and weave. I do knot my ends. But when I weave them in, I put them in, I tuck them in between stitches so the knots aren't just hanging out. Oh, sorry, I dropped a string. And then it just stays attached to my finger and drops again. Okay, so we're going to check and make sure there are no other ends on this blanket that I have to weave in. So, although oh no, I did do the other end. I'm like, there's not another end to weave in from the start or the finish. Well, that's because when you start in the center. So, I already did that though. And I make sure all my ends are on the wrong side of the work as well. So that I only have ends on one side to weave in. They all have to be on the same side. Kind of like when you're making clothes. They're all on the inside, the wrong side. Okay, I don't see any more. Now we gotta go the other way. Just because I want to make sure I didn't leave any on the opposite side of the work. I thought I pulled them all through to the back, but you never know. And to be fair, with blankets, wrong side, right side, doesn't usually matter. And guess what? We're done. We are officially done. Time to go get pictures and time to wash this thing. So, that being said, 11 skeins yarn out of my stash. So that makes, what, 30 skeins? With my Inspired by Grace blanket and this one. 30 skeins out of my stash. Although I'm pretty sure with my Karen anniversary cakes, I have not made much progress getting my stash down. So next, I'm going to work on a big blanket and on the really short days where I don't have much time to crochet, cardigan. Or weaving in the ends on my other projects, because I have 4 more projects to weave in the ends on. Like right now, sorry about the noise. This one, I have to weave in all these ends still. So this one's going to be the next one to weave in the ends on my short days. Okay, well, if you enjoy my babbling, like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. What are you working on? How's it going for you? How long is it taking you to get projects done? Takes me a week or two at least. I think this one was, I don't know, this one could have been like even 4 weeks. I don't know. But anyway, leave your comments down below. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys. And you know what? Till next time, you guys have a great day.